everyone, it's just Vicky from Computer for Kids. Right, I have been asked to set some challenges for you to do at home that you can do on your laptop, your iPad, computer, whatever you've got, it doesn't matter, and have a go at them at home. So what I'm going to do is post on some tutorials for you to have a go at. You can pause them as you go through, so you don't have to do it all in one go. You can go back and rewind it if you need to look back at a step. And I'm going to take you through step-by-step instructions of what you need to do to create some really, really fantastic projects, okay? So let's get started.
Right, so let's get started. First of all, how do we get onto Scratch? So if you are on a laptop or a computer, you can go onto a Google search. If you're on an iPad or you can go to Safari, just go onto the internet. We're going to type in Scratch. Okay, just like that, and do a search. Now, we're looking for this top one here. It might be a bit further down, so have a look for it. Scratch, Imagine, Program and Share. Okay, and what I'll do is you can just see there's the little URL that you would use. So this is the little web link. So I'm just going to click onto it and you'll see that it opens up. I can put all these little links in the Facebook, so don't worry too much. So now we're on the home page. We're going to go right to the top, follow my cursor up to the top there, and we're going to click on Create. Now, don't worry if it takes a little bit of time to load, it depends on your device. Now, I don't want this green box, so I'm just going to press the close button here, get rid of that, and now we're ready to go. We've got our page set up and we're ready to go. So let's get started. We are going to create a game called Ghostbusters, which means that we're going to have some sprites on here that are not this cat, and we're also going to have a background. So let's get started. So follow my cursor all the way down to the right hand side here. We're going to jump into onto this sprite face here. If you press it with your finger, it'll take you straight in. I'm just going to go up onto this one here, and it's going to take me to the library. I'm going to look at the menu at the top all the way across. I'm going to go to Fantasy, and I've got my ghost one here, so you can see as I hold my finger over him, he's got different costumes. So I'm going to click on him, happy with him. I'm going to leave the cat there for the moment. I might use him, I might change it to another character later on, I don't know, I'll see how I feel. Now follow my cursor all the way down here to my backgrounds. Remember, your backgrounds and your sprites are different, so your background is going to fill this white bit here with a picture. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to go back to Fantasy again, and I'm going to choose an appropriate, there we are, picture. I'm going to click on Woods. Okay. If you click on more than one, can you just see how I can spot them here? I can click on my background here, go up to my backgrounds here, and they're all the different backgrounds that you will have chosen. So if you pressed on more than one, that's how to get rid of them. So I'm just going to get rid of this one. Okay, so I've got this background. Now I'm going to go back to my little ghost. I'm going to click on him. Okay, and I'm going to click on code. So just to recap, we've got our cat, we've got our ghost, and we've got our sprite, and we've got our background. So what we want to do now is get our ghost to appear and disappear as if he is a ghost. So let's go across here. We're going to go up to our looks button. It's that purpley one. Okay. Now remember, you can use this little sidebar, or you can use your mouse. Okay. And I'm going to go down to the show and hide button. I'm going to bring both over. I'll just make it a bit bigger so you can see my show and hide. Show and hide. Now when you're doing this, make sure that you are on that ghost, not on Scratch Cat. You need to be on that ghost. That would be an issue otherwise. Okay, now I've got them connected together. I'm going to go back across here to my events button, and I'm going to bring a when clicked. So this is going to help me set off the code. Okay, next thing we're going to do is going to go back across to our control button here, and I'm going to find this forever loop. Now I'm going to put that down at the bottom for now. Now, our ghost is going to show, hide, but I need there to be a bit of a delay between him doing that. Okay, or should I say it. So I'm going to go back across here and I'm going to get that wait a second and I'm going to put it in the middle. Now, I'm going to grab this forever loop and just look at where I put it. I hover it over, okay? And I'm going to put it so that we're going to put it around this bit of code. So I'm going to just stick it in like that. Now, I'm going to press the click. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to press the green flag. I can press it here. Now, you might have spotted at the minute our ghost doesn't hide, okay? Because there's one little instruction that we need to put in. We need to put in another wait command just at the bottom here. Now, can you see straight away the difference? If I read through the code, show, wait, hide, wait, show, wait, hide, wait. We must have that second one in. Now, this is where you can have a little bit of a play around with the code and say, right, well, how long do you want it to appear for? So I'm going to get him to show up. He's going to wait for 3 seconds. He's going to hide, and then he might wait too. So have a look at the difference. I quite like that. Okay, I might change it a bit later on, but I'm going to leave it like that for now. Now, this is a game called Ghostbusters. This means this poor ghost is not going to be in the same position all the time. Okay, I want him to move around, but I don't want to know where he's going to appear. I want it to be random. Okay, so if we go back across here to our motions button, we've got move. There we are. Can you see this one where it says go to random position? I'm going to grab this and I'm going to pop it in. Okay. I'm going to put it at the front. So he's going to show up. He's going to go to a random position, show up, wait there, hide. But then he's going to go to another new random position. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to press a flag again and watch. Okay, so you can see, I'll just make that a bit smaller so you can see it all. You've got him moving randomly around the screen. You have a go and see if you can get yours moving. If you want to, change the wait part to make him slow down and appear there for longer, or to be even quicker, make your game harder. So this game that we're creating is going to be a little bit like those maths games where you've got to like pop buttons or touch something to get a score. I don't need the cat, so just have a look. Come down here, not the ghost, click on the cat, click on the cross, we'll get rid of the cat. So I've got this ghost. When I press go, he jumps around the screen. Don't know where he's going to appear. I'm going to press stop. I want to be able to get a score every time I hit this ghost. I want to be able to create a score. So follow my cursor. We're going to go all the way down to this dark orangey red one at the bottom. Okay. Now, can you see where it says make a variable? What we need to do is we are going to control a variable. So did you see how I just clicked on to make a variable and it came up with this? So I'm going to pop in score. Okay. And I'm going to click OK. And you might spot this new little bubble appears here. Okay. On your screen, this has appeared here to score. So I'm going to bring on the first part at the beginning of my game. I'm just going to put it over here, make it smaller, as you can see. I need to set my variable, which is my score. You get that drop down menu, look, I'll do it again. That's what it was. I'm going to set my score to 0. So at the beginning of the game, I'm going to have a score of 0. But something's going to happen. Every time I hit a ghost, my score will increase. We'll see if we can get a score of maybe 10 or something like that. So I'm going to bring this across here. Can you see where it says set score and then change score? So I'm going to change my score by 1. Every time I hit a ghost, I'm going to have a different score. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start thinking about how we get the score to increase every time we hit the ghost. Okay, so I'm going to just pull this change score down here and I'm going to put this set score at the very beginning. So every time I press on the on the flag, my score is going to be set to 0. So it's like a new game beginning. Now this bit here, the change score, every time I hit the sprite, the ghost, my score is going to increase by 1. So we need a little button to get this moving. Follow my cursor all the way across, not the blue, not the purple, not the purple, down here to the events. So normally we've used this little flag one here, but what we're going to do is we're going to use this third one when the sprite is clicked. So I'm just going to pop that on there. So now when I play this game, every time I hit the sprite, he should give me a score, increase my score by 1. Let's see. I'm going to wait for him to appear. Oh, there I've got him. Oh, there he is. 2, 3. Now, personally, I think that's too easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and what we call debug. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. It's working, but I want to make it a bit hard because I think it's a bit easy. Okay, so when I go over to here, he's going to show up, but he's not going to show up for very long. I'm going to say he's going to show up for 1 second. He's going to then, so can you see how he moved a little bit quicker? You might even want to change it down to half a second, 0.5, so we're looking at decimals. So if I'm now trying to touch him, am I going to increase my score? Oh, excellent. There we are. Right, I'm going to stop my game. If I press the flag, look, my score goes back to 0, so my score starts again. Okay, have a go at that and see what you think. So this bit is optional. This is an added extra if you want to make your game a little bit more tricky. Okay, now I would like to have a ghost that increases my score. So when I touch him, I increase my score, but I also want a ghost that if I touch him by accident, he decreases my score. Okay, it's going to be more tricky. So I'm going to go down here, go and get my sprite again. I'm going to go to fantasy because that's where he was. I'm going to grab my ghost. Now look, he's the same colour, but I know he's different because he's not moving and the other one is. But just to make it a little bit easier for you to see, I'm going to go over, follow my cursor, over to my costumes, and I'm going to go and fill him. Touch the fill button here, look, not the paint, but the fill. I'm going to fill him in with red. So all I did was clicked on the colour, and then I've clicked on my character. Okay, I'm going to go back up here to my code. So we're going to go through the same process of what we did before, exactly the same code. The only difference is our score is going to be negative. So I'm going to go to my looks button. I'm going to get my hide and show again. Hide, show. I'm going to go back to my events button. I'm going to get my clicked. I'm going to go to my control. Get my forever, my wait, clip them all together and pop that inside there. Okay. So when I click now, can you see how he's appearing and disappearing? Now, what I want is him to move around the screen as well. So I've got to ask him to move around randomly. So I'm going to go back across. Remember, stop this at any time you need to, recap it. I'm going to go to my motion. And I'm also going to ask him to go to a random position. And have you noticed they're all both appearing at the same time? Now, what we need to do is go back and get that score. Okay, so I'm going to go back over to here. I'm going to change this is the only one I need just for him, but I'm going to be a bit evil. If I click change my score, I'm going to be quite evil and say take away 2. Might be evil and say take away 5. Every time I touch that sprite, my score's going to change by take away 2. So I'm going to take 2 off my score. So the only other button I need, I'm going to go back to my events when this sprite is clicked. So I'm going to stop the game and replay it. Right, if I touch, oh, Did you see? That's a bit evil. If I touch on my red one, he reduces my score. If I touch on the blue one, it increases my score. Right, have a go, have fun, see what you can create, okay? But what I want you to do is remember, go back and look at the code. Go back, read what you've put in. If you read through your code, it helps you because you'll understand what you've got and the order that it's in, okay? Have fun.